buddy. And we don't have old school pooks on the roast rate brewing screen, Pops. But we have an Ethiopian. Bacon, how are you doing? What are you playing? Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. If any of you guys don't know Bacon, he's a cool dude. Thanks, Riff. Observation. How was it? That timing. It was perfect. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Now, if you guys don't know Bacon, he is a cool ass dude. Go over, check him out. He is to whiskey as I am to coffee. He doesn't rate it, I don't think. At least not yet. But he is quite the connoisseur, if you will. But today we've got an Ethiopian bean. It is a light roast. So we have our lighter colored beans. I did bring the dark roast that we had earlier and today too, so you can see the differentiation between the two. Amazing. I find it amazing how much darker these get. Like, obviously, if you're roasting something longer, it's going to get darker naturally. It would be, assumed so, but I never thought that it would be that much darker. So you've got like the dark bean there and the light bean there, and you can significantly see the difference in the roasts. But this is a light. This is a light roast, as you can tell on there. The blueberry is very prominent in the smell of the cup of coffee. I'm actually looking forward to this because I am a black tea fan as well. And, well, that's before I had the roast rate screen, the brewing screen. But, a brown Russian, really? Mixed with some heavy cream iced coffee and chocolate liqueurs is a winning combo. It sounds lovely, Tyler. How are you today, Tyler, by the way? Welcome in. But if you don't know our boy Brian at Fat Beans Coffee Lab, he was in here earlier. He streams live on Twitch the roasting of the coffee beans. I'm doing good, Tyler. Thanks for stopping in. Much appreciated. So see, you did post them during the road straights. But he roasts all of the coffee beans live on Twitch. Every time I send an order into him, he sends me them in this lovely little bag. Beautiful. Wonderful. Our beans are getting a little old, but it's not too bad. They're still nice and flavorful. If you guys ever want to order any of the Fat Beans coffee that we have, his website's right there. You are more than welcome to do that, and he'll roast them live on Twitch for you as well. He does a bean sub every month, where he does a different coffee. Not coffee. He does a different bean type every month and sends them out. They're not poofy. They are not poofy. Can confirm. But so this one we're looking at wild blueberry, graham cracker, and black tea. 3 things that I like a lot. I don't know how I'm going to like them all together. The graham cracker taste in the last one that we had. I get to open my squirrel whiskey. Oh, that sounds interesting. But the last time we had a graham cracker taste, it wasn't very notable in the flavors and the tasting. We'll see how that works out today. And then black tea. I mean, if you know what black tea is, you know what black tea is. It's actually my favorite kind of tea to have is the black tea. Granted, I haven't really extended my knowledge of teas out that far. But it is, if I have a preferred tea, that's probably usually what I'm going to go to. I'm not a big green tea fan, but a nice hot black tea is good. But without further ado, let's see if this blueberry smell transfers into the taste. Okay. All right. I do love a good tea. Don't think I've ever had hot tea now. Really? I love hot tea. So it's very blueberry, which is nice. A lot better than that licorice we had last week. Um, I don't taste any of the graham cracker, and it does have a black tea finish. So I didn't know I liked coffee till 5 years ago for sure. But yeah, the blueberry is very pronounced. Um, it's I don't get any of the graham cracker, and then you have a black tea taste the entire time. So it almost starts off with the like a blueberry tea, and then it just mellows into that the black tea kind of bitterness. You know, the little bit of bitterness that you have with black tea, compared to the green tea, which isn't very bitter at all. It's not like super bitter. This is a very light roasty type of coffee. That being said, I am a fan of the blueberry taste. It's a nice light coffee. Not bitter at all. It's almost sweeter than it is bitter. Well, I mean, obviously those are those are your two options. But actually, Dad, I think you'd like this a lot, because it reminds me of that infused coffee that you get at that coffee. How we doing, Schnoods? Oh yeah, definitely getting gray. Actually, it's almost white now. It's not even gray. But yeah, it really mainly tastes the blueberry. It's very strong, very potent in the tasting, and then it just fades into a lovely black tea. On a scaling, I'd probably give it a 7, just because it's. I think the blueberry would get old for after a while, just because of how strong it is in the coffee. I believe that's what. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Because I thought that was blueberry that you got, but I wasn't. That cow. That's funny. Just showing up everywhere. But I definitely think you'd like this coffee a lot. Just because of how much you've talked up that that infused coffee bean that you had. And it reminds me a lot. It's probably not quite as strong blueberry as that was when we had it, even though that wasn't the same coffee shop. But it is definitely a good cup of coffee. I would. Thanks, Cozy. Nah. Squat with me. Okay. But it definitely. How are all of you wonderful people? I'm doing amazing now that you're here, Schnittle. Welcome in. But yeah, definitely I'll give it a solid 7. Because I really feel like that would be I really feel like that the blueberry would get old after a while. But other than that, it's really good. It's a very light coffee. Easy on the palate and very excellent. Invasion. Welcome. All the coffees. But I will go fill this bad boy up. And we'll be back trying to get to that 1000th level. So sit tight. I'll be back. And harass Noodle while I'm gone.